evening, folks. Hope you're all well. It's a pretty simple, quick one tonight. In the previous Model D videos, I can't remember which one I did, but I sort of alluded to looking at some of the patching. So that's what I'd like to get into next. And the simplest patching on the Model D, I think, maybe, is, well, there's a phone's output. It's not really a patch with it, but the simplest one is there's an audio out just on the front panel, which is additional to the main out at the back of the unit. And so I thought we'll have a look at that one first. It's the simplest one, and what we've found out is you can have audio coming out of the main outputs at the back, and additionally to the sort of the main patch out as well in the top corner of the unit. So you can have them, so you know, you can have essentially two outs, same signal. And I thought, because the Model D is quite a simple instrument with no onboard effects, obviously, I thought it'd be interesting just to try it with the delay from I'm pointing to it, the delay from the Neutron, and the reverbs coming out of the Z5000 from TipTop Audio in my little modular rig down there. And what we've learned is that the delay on the Neutron sounds good and the reverbs on the Z5000 sound good. So there we go, nice and simple. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so keeping it simple, we're just going to look at the audio out, which is in the top right patching place of the Model D. So I've got an sort of arc pattern that I'm sending to the Model D, so we can hear that. And that's just coming out of the main out at the back of the Model D and going to the mixer. Easy peasy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a patch cable from the audio out and go into the Neutron, just here, and I'm going to go to the delay in. And there we go, into the delay in. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 down and 3 across. I'll put a picture on the screen when I'm editing this. So now let's just mute the main out of the Model D on the mixer. Let's just hear it coming out of the Neutron, but let's dial down the delay. So now we're hearing the Model D coming out of the Neutron. Now we can play with the delay. Too much repeats. Now I don't know whether it's possible to clock the Neutron to my sequencer so you could have a synced delay. Good question, that, good question. Okay, so there we go. So we're using the delay on the Neutron, and we can mix back in the original signal of the Model D. Easy, great. Staying with the theme of effects, we can also go into the effects on my little modular rig down here. Let's just remind ourselves of what the original Model D sounds like. Okay, now again we're going the main audio out on the Model D, top right corner, and there's a patch cable going to the in of the Z5000 from TipTop Audio. So let's hear that. So now what we're hearing is the Model D coming out of the nifty case. And then I've got it set in a reverb setting, so now we can dial in the reverb. So that sounds good. And obviously, because we're going to a modular setup, you know, I could have the modular rig clocked to my sequencer, and then use an LFO down here to then maybe affect the filter or the fidelity. In fact, that's what that blue cable is. That is going out of the LFO. But I'm not clocking this. I've not got the USB plugged in. But that gives you an idea of what, you know, how you could use that audio out. So just a couple of simple ideas. So that's probably the simplest way, simplest patching you could do with the Model D.